advanced, ICBMs possible that, if fired, one DF-41 would take out the west coast of the United States. Nobody thinks about what would happen with, 100 kiloton warhead blows up over LA, and the amount of death that would happen. No one thinks about that anymore. They don't understand that in China there is this capability, not just to fly cool drones and all this stuff, but to destroy America. In Russia, the Sarmat missile, one Sarmat missile, the heavy ICBM, will take out Europe, will take out all of Europe. One. And the Russians have a whole bunch of them. They have the Poseidon, which can sit off the coast. Right now, it's an underwater remote drone. They can fire it from their submarine, and it sits off the coast at the bottom, undetectable. And when triggered, comes up a huge, massive bomb that will send a tidal wave of water that floods the entire East Coast, destroying every city on the East Coast. My
Or Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. Ba'ashem means in the name of, and Yahweh Shai is the true name of the Son, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His true name is Yahweh Shai, and that's in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. This is the language that our forefathers, the Israelites, spoke, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and you Israelite foreigners, right, who were scattered among the heathen. You are also the true Israelites of the Bible. And once again, double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and citations to the elect, feeding the sheep of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. I'm going to be just doing this lesson about, I'm just going to, go through this with the Spirit, where the Spirit brings me, but, I'm mainly going to speak about, everything that, America, Babylon the Great, everything that's been built up in America, Babylon the Great. The only thing that we have is this truth. This truth is the only thing that we have. Everything else, man, is going to be burnt up. Okay, everything else is nothing. It's bullshit. Okay, and the scriptures say what? 2 Peter 3:10, right? It says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up." Right? So everything that was built up in America, every building, every, car, every fucking Lamborghini, every bank, whatever that's been built up in America, every house, okay? All that shit's going to be touched with those missiles, okay? Those nuclear missiles. Because for those of you who don't know, those nuclear missiles are going to rain upon America, Babylon the Great. And that's going to be the ultimate destruction and the end of Esau's kingdom, okay? The so-called white man who's in rulership right now, okay? America, Babylon the Great is one of his hubs, okay? And ultimately, it's going to be destroyed, okay? So the elements shall melt with fervent heat, okay? Everything in America, man, is going to be destroyed. Let me see, 200,000. See if I can find this. Yeah, so this is the book of Revelation 9 verses 16. This is, "And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them." Okay? And basically, actually, we'll go to verse 15, okay? So, verse 15, "And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, and for to slay the third part of men." Okay, the third part of men represents Esau, okay? Because you have, the three classifications of men, right? And the third part of men represents Esau, Edom. Okay. It says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. Okay, and those 200,000, right? 200,000 times 1,000. That's 200 million. Those are speaking about the nuclear missiles, and within each missile, right? You have the nuclear warheads, so inside the missile you have the warheads, okay, and so you have 200,000 missiles, and within them there's bombs within those bombs, okay, so 200 million ICBM or 200 million nukes, right, are going to ultimately explode and rain down onto America, Babylon the Great, okay. Okay, but that third part, right? The third part is speaking about what the classification of the sons of the wicked, right? Which is speaking about what Esau. Okay, so ultimately Esau, his kingdom is going to get destroyed with those nuclear missiles. Okay, at verse 17, and thus I saw the horses in the vision. Okay, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and of brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. Okay, so a lion doesn't actually breathe fire, right? So this is actually speaking about those nuclear warheads, okay? And inside the missile, right, you have basically you have bombs within the bombs, okay? It says, by these three was the third part of men killed by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths, and for their power is in their mouth and in their tails, and for their tails were like unto serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt. And that's representing, if you go here, it says the mouth represents multiple warheads, and the tails represent the delivery system, the ICBM nuclear missiles. Okay, so I'm not gonna ramble for too long, but basically, man, those nuclear missiles, those 200 million nuclear missiles are gonna rain down and cover all of America, Babylon the Great. Okay, and I was just thinking about this. You sometimes you look at these abandoned buildings in America, or you see these rainforests or whatever, and you think about no one's probably ever been there in years, right? Well, those nuclear missiles, it's gonna be so much that all of America is gonna be basically, there's not gonna be a part that's gonna be unscathed. Okay, the only thing that's gonna be left is those scorpions and owls and these desert creatures that come and inhabit the land after. Okay, but no one's gonna live in America anymore after that. Okay, because you have to remember there's gonna be fallout. Okay, nuclear fallout, and man, everything that these people have, bro. You see these people flexing their cryptocurrencies, their $10 million in 1 month, or their mega fucking homes in I don't know, LA, right? Man, fuck what these people have, man, because they don't realize is that everything that they built up is gonna be melted with fervent heat, okay? And these people, they don't realize that. Bring out some more precepts. It says, Revelation 8 and 11. It says, and the name of the star, well, let's see, let's start at verse 10. It says, and the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp. And it fell upon the third part of the rivers, and upon the fountains of waters. And the name of the star is called Wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood. And many died of the waters, because they were made bitter. Okay, so that's speaking about what? Nuclear contamination, okay? That nuclear fallout, okay? Because basically, whoever's in America, Babylon the Great, right? No one's gonna survive, man. You know, no matter what bunkers you have, no matter what fucking building you're in, okay? Because there's gonna be so much nuclear firepower from the Lord, okay? Nuclear radiation. After, no one's gonna outlive that, okay? Hey, the scriptures say what? The Lord's eyes, Ecclesiasticus 23:19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. Hey, so you have to remember, the Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, right? So these people that survive, or well, no one's gonna survive, but you got to remember that these people that are they might try to survive these nukes, and the Lord is gonna make sure those nukes hit exactly where they are. Okay, the Lord controls everything. Okay, even where a nuke will fall and land on. Some of these people, they have nuclear missiles with their name written on it. You know, meaning what? There's a nuclear missile or meant for some might be meant for a specific person, just because their judgment's going to be that bad. Okay. Let's see. All right, this is why King Solomon said, "Vanity of vanities, all is vanity," right? Because he had everything, right? But what really only mattered in the end was his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Yeah, everything else, let's see. Let's bring this out from the Apostle Paul. All right, Salakia, man. We were recorded a whole lesson, and then part of it gets cut out. Yeah, I'm gonna just continue where I was going off.
We still gonna go at it, man. Because this is Satan. Because the same shit happened with the same thing happened with me today, man. Where I did a 35-minute lesson and only 4 minutes recording.
That's fucking what you're saying. 4 minutes were recorded.
4 minutes out of a 35-minute video. Bro.
Yeah.
It just shows, man. This Satan, he's trying to mess with us, mess with our videos, our live streams.
This is fucking bullshit, man. We know this devil is fucking with what we're making, videos or internet. I'm gonna continue. It says, okay, let's go. It says, yeah, doubtless, and I count all things, okay, but let's see. It says, but lost for the excellency of the knowledge of Yahushua HaMashiach my Lord, from whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and count them but dung, that I may win in Hamashiach Yahushua. Okay? Hey, so Apostle Paul, he counted everything as dung. Okay? And so we were just going into it, but the video cut out. There was a lady on the comment section bragging about how much money she made, saying she owned this, she had this and more money. And this is on the brothers' camp page. The brothers were doing the work of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and she was just saying how much money she had. She has more money than everybody combined, saying that she owns a company. Or, man, hey, everything you have is dung, bro. Because remember, at the end of the day, bro, all this stuff is going to be burned up with those nuclear fire, man. So it's going to be what? Ashes. Shit. It's going to be decomposed trash.
That's such a prideful statement to make, man. But, we were saying before in the lesson, the Lord predestined those words to come out of your mouth. The Lord's predestined the words of the hopeful elect to come out of, he's controlling what we're saying, and he's also controlling what you punk-ass people on the left-hand side are saying, man.
Because
throwing it on the drawing board, man. Another thing wrong, leading up to your judgment.
Hey, because everything, no matter what you do, man, everything is a part of prophecy. Even if you scoff, because remember, the prophets were saying that these things were going to happen, that there will be scoffers in the last days, right? Let's bring this out real quick, and then you can bring out that precept you had earlier. Okay.
Yeah.
This is bullshit because these devils, man, they can do everything. They can try to cut our videos up and try to shut off the internet, but we're gonna still do the work of the Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. 2 Peter 3:3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust. Okay? Hey, so this was meant to happen, bro. And that's how we know we're in the last days now, because hey, these people, they see our apparel, right? Making fun of the ephod breastplate that the brother had on his garment, making fun of the garments, saying it's just tablecloths and saying, calling us niggers, saying that we're just, we look like homeless people. All right, let's keep those same words in your mouth, man.
Yeah,
hey, when those, because I'm just gonna say this real quick. When those nukes hit, man, hey, and there's gonna be a nuke written with your name on it, going directly at your fucking skull.
Right at your mouth, man. Right, so they can shut your mouth.
Yeah, and then, hey, the Lord might even make these people think about everything they said to us.
Yeah, the Lord could make it to where that missile might not directly hit at them to where they blow up, but it'll hit near them to where they feel the effects over the course of a few days. They suffer immense and unbearable pain.
Oh, it might feel like a few days, but within 1 hour, man,
You know,
hey, all of America's gonna be fucking destroyed.
Listen, yeah, it might. That hour is gonna feel like a couple of days.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna feel like a couple of days, and for whoever lasts a little bit longer than that, trust and believe it's gonna be very, very painful. The time is gonna be slowed down, just like time is speeding up right now to where things are moving quick. When those nuclear missiles hit, for some of you people, it's gonna feel slow as a snail. Okay. And then you're gonna remember everything that you said.
And that Keisha that was commenting, she's gonna turn into fried chicken, bro.
Fried chicken.
She's
You're
gonna
turn into KFC fried chicken. You punk weed wearing bitch, man.
Hey, and another thing, man. Hey, the brother was going into. Hey, she was bragging about how much wealth she had, right? Hey, what is wealth? Is it just numbers on the screen that you have? Hey, because it can say $10 million one day, but if all hell breaks loose, this shit fucking goes crazy, bro.
Yeah, you're putting your money in the. Just remember, you're putting your money in the bank of these wicked elites, man.
When all hell breaks loose and all hell and this, hey, it can go from 10 million to zero real quickly, and that's happened to people recently.
It's very easy for the Lord to make a poor man rich overnight, and it's very easy for the Lord to make a rich man poor. You know, for you exalting prideful Keishas, what does the scripture say? He that exalts himself shall be humbled. He that humbles himself shall be exalted. So, you know, pride cometh before the fall. You want to be all prideful? You know, listen, man, it's only a matter of time before the Lord just pours judgment on you, man. And you deserve every little bit of it that's coming, man, because you people, then you want to be all sorry and ask for forgiveness when you realize what you've done.
Hey,
you realize that you were wrong and that you were offending somebody that the Lord was favoring.
Right, because these women that they made maybe $500K, $2 million on OnlyFans, they in their mind they actually start to believe that they're better than men, or that they're above.
That there's some God.
Hey, but the thing is, man, it's not a part of prophecy that the Lord said that a woman shall compass a man. Hey, so these things were meant to happen, but that doesn't mean it's gonna happen forever. Okay, that's only for a small time period. Okay, and so you can have your little $2 million checks you get from OnlyFans. Because I was just saying before the video cut out, these women that had these OnlyFans, hey, they're gonna have a lot of different stalkers, a lot of different
Target on their back.
targets. Okay.
You know, you have this old guy, man. You don't know your top subscriber sending you $300,000-$400,000. You don't think when all hell breaks loose, he's gonna try to find a way to get at you. You know.
So they make it their goal.
Man.
They make it their goal to meet with you. Okay.
There's this Edomite man, you know, that went out and tried to shoot a bunch of people. He had a freaking tattoo of that Hawk Tua bitch, man, on it. He was obsessed with her. There's men out there that think all day, 24/7 about one specific person, man. And the Lord, He causes that to happen. Spirits that are created for vengeance, so that they'll come right for your ass, and there's nothing that you can do about it. They're tracking you. They're following you. They're looking at. They're waiting just for that moment to pounce, and the Lord is orchestrating it.
Out of all the people too, you choose the Hawk Tuah.
It just shows you, man. Just the fact
crazy
that
fucking
a bitch like that is famous in society just shows how much this place needs to be desperately destroyed. And you know another thing, man. We were mentioning this earlier because we're just trying to go back on the points that we made before the video shut off. You know, you can have all this money and all this so-called wealth, but you know you can't buy it. You can't buy class. You can't buy integrity and honesty. You know, no matter what you do, you're still just a piece of shit.
Right, and
no matter how much money you have in your fucking bank.
Hey, and when that mark of the beast gets implemented, right? Your money's not gonna mean shit. Okay, and if you want to be a part of this society's, well, what is Esau gonna make these people do? He's gonna make people take the chip, and a lot of these people with money, they're not gonna want to leave that behind, so they're gonna end up taking that chip.
And I'm speaking as a man here, but I could totally see. You know, like I
said, you take that chip, you're gonna be fucking destroyed.
Yeah, like I said, I'm speaking as a man here, speculating. But you know, these OnlyFans creators, I could totally see the devil making it to where, like, if you don't have this chip, then you get booted off that platform. And you know damn well these bitches, they're so used to getting that money, it's a high to them that they're not gonna go back to a 9 to 5. They're not gonna go back to working their old job, you know, at the plantation. So they're gonna run right to that, and he'll make it to where you have this. You can get at the top of the leaderboard. You can get seen by a bunch of people, and these women are gonna start doing that, man. It's gonna be like a catapult effect. You're gonna see a lot of just simple-minded women being destroyed, man, for a lack of knowledge. Our people, man.
I just resigned the clip real quick. You're good. You're good. You can keep going.
It's gonna be a lot of our people.
Yeah, and it's all okay. Go ahead.
No. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. You know, what does the scriptures say? Those who hold life shall lose it. Matthew 16:20 and 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. Hey, bro, so if you have a life on this side, and you have all these material possessions, all these different things, man, hey, it really just shows you, man, hey, the Lord's probably not dealing with you, man. You know what I'm saying? You got, $1 billion fucking, I don't know, like houses and cars, and man, you might own a limousine company. Like this woman was saying, she owned a limousine company. Hey, have all those things, man, because hey, when all hell breaks loose and that chip comes out, a lot of these people, they're gonna try to hold on to their material possessions, and you know what? It's a good thing we don't have any of that trash. Okay, it's a good thing that we actually because really, I was saying in the very beginning of this lesson, we have nothing in this society besides this truth. You know what I'm saying? And elements are gonna melt with fervent heat. Hey, so everything you have, bro, it's man, and we already know it's gonna be burnt up with fervent heat. Who gives a shit? Yeah. Hey, but the thing with these people is they really don't believe that these things written in the Bible are gonna happen.
They don't believe it until it happens, man. Until, like I said earlier, you got people kicking through your front door with pitchforks and machetes and Molotovs, man. You have a pack of 20 people, and then they're slowly creeping their way up into your home, and you have some measly lock, and you're starting to see those doors slowly break and the wood break through, and then you're gonna know that a prophet has been among you.
When that Ring camera, what is that Ring camera gonna do?
Or
they start crawling through your window, man.
You think you're safe through some fucking Ring camera, you know?
And Keisha says, "Oh, I live in the best neighborhood, man." Because Keisha, she probably took someone's money, divorced them, made a bunch of money, bought a fucking a house. Hey, real soon, man.
Took all her bastard kids into some middle class neighborhood where Esau is looking down on her, probably waiting to kill her ass when all hell breaks loose, man. You ain't shit, bitch. You coming over here dealing with a bunch of different men, adulterous ass woman. You ain't shit. Sit the fuck down, all right, and come correct. And for those women that are gonna come correct, we're gonna extend grace and mercy upon you. We don't hate all women, but it's all you women that want to talk with these
underhand remarks and these little stupid fucking remarks.
It's really this phone that gives these women all this power on this side, bro. It's these devices, these phones, man. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Like, you take away these internet connection, the phone, right, the social media, which is gonna happen real soon, right? The grid's gonna go out, and there's not gonna be any of that for you fucking people, man. We can promise you, man. And when the grid goes out and there's nobody to talk to online, no 911 to call, all right, then you're gonna realize, oh fuck, those guys. Where are those guys that were on the highways and byways? What they said was actually right.
Gone.
Okay,
so that's all I got, man.
Yeah, so with that, we're going to give all glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem, Rakakodash. And double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone who taught us his truth, and Shalom and Abad Babal. Destruction to America, Babylon the Great.